So change of plans. We were just having a paint night and our entire apartment
Percy's litter's gonna be displaced.
is flooded.
You should lift that up off the ground because it's making it really disgusting right now. That's what we're walking.
I don't think that's, I think it's his food.
No, his food's floating away in a nice little bowl.
Look at the squishmallow floating. This is so not fucking funny, man.
So nervous, man.
This is so not funny. Oh my god.
No,
Good morning. It's just after 7. I'm hanging out here with Percy and the baby. It's in front of me. We're at Josh's parents' house. We're actually about to go back to our apartment to get some things because we won't be living there for the foreseeable future. I really have no idea what to expect, how long we're going to be out of our home, but we definitely need some things if we're going to be. So basically, I'll explain everything that happened, I guess, another time because we got to get going. But flash floods are crazy. That was really, really stressful. It is really, really stressful. But we're safe. Whole family's together, so that's good. We have somewhere to stay. That's the good news. Stop being judgy. This is why I always film when you're gone.
sorry. It takes a lot of courage to film it. You film it. I'm really proud of you for doing that.
It's a really backhanded compliment.
No, I didn't. There's
Takes a lot of courage to do
a lot
what
of
you
courage
do.
to put that out in the world.
It's 11:30. Look at Percy right now. He's so cute. It is.
And I said I wouldn't come.
Shut up.
I'm a little
It's July 22nd, Saturday.
and I don't know how I can do.
Happy 10 months to our daughter. She's 10 months old today.
Whoop, whoop.
So basically what happened yesterday, let me look at the timestamp of when we were painting because that's when everything went down. So yesterday at 7:15 p.m. I took this picture of us painting at the dinner table and we were just having a jolly old time. I was so happy that Josh finally agreed to do an arts and crafts project with me. It was going well.
And it all went to shit.
And then at 7:19, I look outside the kitchen window and I see water like flowing crazily. It was fucked. So I went out, took the video, showed it to Josh. Like we were just kind of enjoying the cozy thunderstorm vibes, or at least I was. And seeing that was like fucked, but we were like, okay, whatever, go back to our painting. 7:31, I have a video so at 7:30, I started hearing water trickling and I was like, that's because I thought it sounded almost like the dishwasher was starting to run, but I didn't set the dishwasher going. And I looked down to my right where the wall where like the fridge is. I don't know what I'm trying to say because it's also not the wall that the fridge is on technically. I see water coming in from like the seam where the wall meets the floor and it was just like coming in quite fast. And I'm like, oh my god, we're flooding. But at the time it was like, oh my god, this is bad, like this is gonna suck. It's leaking into our house. And then let's see how long it took for it to really get fucked up. Actually, it was all within the same video. I started filming that it was coming in from that wall. And then Josh runs over to like unplug stuff and then notices it's coming from every single wall in the house. And then I look into the laundry room and it's happening very quickly. It's flooding very quickly. And then by like 6 minutes later, our entire apartment had about an inch of water, I'd say, in this video. So things were floating. And then 7:44, it was probably like around the highest that it got. So there's probably, what are inches? 3 or 4 inches? At least.
Is that my ankles?
Is that, yeah. So I'd say 3 or 4 inches is my best guesstimate of water. Seriously?
We're gonna put it back on if it gets a little too warm again.
It is too warm. That was finally comfortable for me. Go put on a fucking sweater. I just think this is funny because Percy's food bowl was floating across the living room, as well as my shoes. A bunch of stuff was floating, but his food bowl, and then in the video it pans up to see him watching it. Miranda, because I posted those videos, and Miranda texted me and was like, that video is so like hilariously sad. I was like, yeah, it is. That's so crazy to think about. Within 30 minutes our entire house was flooded, and the water was we opened the door, or Josh opened the door at some point. We had to leave it open to let the water pour out of our house. Like, it was so crazy. Obviously at that point we were like, we gotta pack up and leave. This ain't good, because it's also a thunderstorm, and we didn't even consider in that moment in time the fact that like the thunderstorm and being in water was dangerous. That didn't even cross our minds because we were just like panicking and trying to pack everything, which thinking back now is so terrifying.
I'm a little more scared about our loose cords hitting the water. And
yeah, there was like all of the cords and stuff that we had to pull up and everything, but yeah, I just, as much as the situation sucks, I feel like it could have been so much worse. But yeah, so we drove here to Josh's parents' house, and that's where we've been, and we had to take a trip this morning back to the house to get a whole bunch of stuff because we're not going to be there for, I have no idea honestly how long it's going to take for us to be able to live there again. Really no concept of that. Apparently we're going to find out more Monday, according to our landlord, because we've got like insurance adjusters figuring stuff out. I don't know. I'm sure there's a lot of people in the same boat right now. So yeah, we need to go out and do groceries because we don't have any food for like the baby or us because his parents are away. Do groceries, gotta figure all that shit out. We gotta figure out if we're gonna stay here or if we're gonna go to my parents' house. There's a lot up in the air. I'm trying not to get too stressed out about it. Good morning. It's 10 a.m. on July 24th, Monday. Baby is napping, she'll be up soon, and then I'm gonna go take her to daycare. I went back to the house last night to empty the dehumidifiers and take some pictures of whatever was damaged. I really don't know. I can't really tell. I wasn't there for very long because it smelled really bad and it was getting pretty late. I don't know what to do. I don't know if we have enough that is damaged for it to be worth getting insurance to cover it, because you have to pay a deductible, which I never understood. But basically the deductible that we'd have to pay is a decent chunk of money, and we don't know if it's going to be worth it given what we've lost. So we might just be out a bunch of furniture. We have to have an inspection with an insurance person, so hopefully they're going to call me today, and hopefully we will get someone in there soon, because the sooner they figure that out, the sooner we will have an estimate of when we can move back home, and therefore figure out what our living arrangements will be in the meantime. I did find an Airbnb that might be able to work out for us if she doesn't get booked up. I already messaged her and said that we would be interested, and she said that she could take us as long as somebody else doesn't book her first. So I have just been feeling very, also there's a fan on, so that's noisy, sorry about that. I have been feeling very overwhelmed and stressed, and like my chest is starting to hurt today because of how stressed I am. And I'm trying not to be. I'm trying to tell myself like we're okay, we're obviously safe and everything's gonna be fine. We're not gonna be completely homeless. It's just difficult and going to suck figuring out where we're gonna live and how long we're gonna live there for. And I think the worst part is the realization that I go back to work in a month, like just over a month. All I have left is August of my maternity leave, and summer, like the end of summer and the end of my maternity leave all in one, and it's very overwhelming to think about not having a home for that. It was already overwhelming thinking about going back to work. And this kind of end of an era in my life that I will never experience again. I just feel very deeply about things, and I get into my head about things, and everything is a big deal for me, if that makes sense. So yeah, after I take the baby to daycare today, I'm gonna try and like go somewhere outside, like to a lake, or go, I don't know, maybe a beach, and just try to relax with myself, take some deep breaths, and remind myself that it's okay, and the weather is beautiful today, and I can enjoy that, and it'll be okay. But also, it's my friend's birthday today, so I think I'm gonna be going there for a little bit before I pick up the baby. Oh, she's awake. She's just sitting up in her pack and play with her soother. Okay, I'm gonna go get her. I can't be in here for very long because it really, really stinks. Oh, this. Yeah, I just came to pick up some more wet clothes that we left in the laundry room to hopefully wash and salvage. But this sucks. Oh my god, it smells really bad.